Good morning, everybody. I'm going to have to relocate Howard, but anytime I set up to come live, the cats surround me. I'm sorry if you're not a cat person, but I'm going to move Howie. We'll see how long he stays away. Honey, I can't love on you right now. Won't you get a basket or go get something to eat? Because we're going to work on our index card journal. And I've got my envelopes. I did go back into my big bag of goodies and I grabbed a few things to beef up my envelope because I got to looking at it when I was putting it away and it just didn't seem to have enough to choose from. So we'll see what the sun is going to do. It's been behind the clouds up until now, so we'll see. So again, this is our journal so far. Mine's going to be a top opening. Excuse the cat hair. And mine will open like this, so I can continue to look at my pages. And we did these 2 pages on the 5th, January 5th. So if you look back at January 5th on my channel, you'll see these 2 pages come together. So today we're going to keep this page and pull the next page. I'll set these aside out of our way. And I'm going to turn them so they're toward me. And we're going to work on these today. A note, I am switching my time because Anne has switched her time. I'm going to start coming on at 11 on Wednesdays. And I hope this will work out for folks. And let's see what we can do about shifting this around a little bit. Sorry, Callie girl. There we go. We're still getting some sun in. Oh, well. Callie, I'm going to bring this around you so you'll be behind the curtain just to even us out. She's probably not going to like that, and she'll probably end up shoving the camera or something, but we'll see. Anyway, no, Howard, you cannot come up right now. Let's dump out our bits and bobs and see what we can come together here. And I did find out that the flowers were stickers, so I kind of peeled them off and stuck them to this bit of painty or napkin covered book page. That's what that is. So let's see. We're not going to need the words and stuff for a little bit. So I pulled out some pages that could almost be the backgrounds on their own. And I was just thinking, this kind of goes with this. We'll set this back in the envelope. We just won't use that one. And what if we kind of tear this at an angle and use this on this page up here and this down here. And that'll kind of tie them together. I'll tear a bit of this off and it can slide up under there. That's 2 pieces of paper. I have a doily in here. And we've got some music paper. We could put a little bit of it in here. Oops. This paper from the music paper is really quite fragile. So Let me get my ink because I forgot the ink. Oh, I did. I left it out. My bad. It's still over here. We're going to ink these pieces of paper up. I'm just using Distress ink and walnut. Don't really need to do the bottom edge of this one because it'll be hidden up under the bottom. I'm going to try to ink this one, but the paper's so fragile it'll probably start crumbling. We'll see. Let's see, it's already ripping. All right, so cover that up. This is going to go at the bottom. All right, I'm going to glue these two together. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Teresa. Put an index card behind it when you're inking. Oh, behind the music paper? Yeah, I could do that, couldn't I? I'm just going to glue these two together. Okay. And there we go. Oh, goodness. Careful, Howard. Don't need you being sick. I do have to watch my time because I have to take Tippy back to the vet at 1:30. So I got to be there at 1:30. But it's only like a 7-minute drive from the house, so that won't be too bad. And we'll see what she has to say today. Uh-oh. They took that thing off my eyebrow and left a hole in my eyebrow. It looks kind of different, but I don't have to worry about that anymore until the biopsy comes back. Hi, Melanie. And you guys, that was the fastest appointment. I got there before my appointment time, and I went back to the room, and she walked in. I understand you have a spot you want me to look at. Oh, yeah, we should send that off for biopsy. This is going to sting. And it did. And she did what, I thought she was going to put the numbing agent in and then go out and let it work. No. I mean, she numbed it. She took what she needed and said, "You're done." And I was out of there before my actual appointment time. I was just shocked at how fast that appointment went. All right, so there's my paper on that piece. So let's do the other paper. I'm just going to set this to the side, and we'll ink this up. That side will go up under, so I don't have to ink all of that. Most of it will be up under the paper. So if we slide that up under here. All right. I'll just put some glue here. And I'll lay that down. Like so. All right. I noticed when I was in the dermatology appointment, they've got a sign up that they're going to be moving downtown Columbia, so it'll be closer if I ever have to go again. Howard, Anthony, you better get down. Get down right now. Yes, my cats develop middle names when they're doing something they're not supposed to. So I don't know if anybody else does that, but Howard is Howard Anthony. I haven't come up with a good one for Tippy yet, but Tippy's usually pretty good. He's a pretty good boy. He doesn't get himself in trouble too often. He just gets sick on me. And I think it's because he was the runt of the litter is why he has health issues and that kind of stuff. So I'm going to put a little glue there, and I'm going to flip over and put a little glue here. And that should hold my papers together. This way, Becky. And we'll just stick this in here. There we go. And I can stick the whole thing down. And we will just ink up the back of this piece that's sticking over from the other side. Your cats have many names, Helen? In the middle of the night, we'll hear Howard in the kitchen opening all the lower cabinets. We'll hear punk. And then that's why every time before I use my pots and pans, I have to quickly rewash them because he goes in there. Oh, Lord, he just scared me. Now, don't get in a fight with your sister. There's only one sunny spot. Oh, now she's hissing. You guys, don't get into it. My camera's right there. Howard, leave her be. Come on, leave her be. There's no room for you up here. Howard, really? I said no. Mom said no. You're on my stuff. And I know you're going to try to steal my chair when I stand up. I need another glue stick. You need to get down. Go find a sunny spot somewhere else. No, she's in there. Come on. No. He's like, I want to be there. You can't stop me. Okay, now he's messed my piles up. Ooh, bad cat. Anyway. All right, this is the one. Now he's going to get his bird. Scott found him a bird at the Pet Supplies Plus, or no, PetSmart. And a lady that Scott works with bought Howard a gift card for Christmas. And so everything we bought, I think Howard understands everything because we bought them a cat tunnel and a bird. But he's like, no, we didn't buy them anything. It was my gift card. And he is so possessive of the tunnel and the little chirping bird that the other two can barely get a chance to play with any of it without him marching up like, get out, that's mine. All right, I'm going to wet my little plastic tray of mixed up mud to darken my white areas on my page again. Is Joyce here? Hi, Joyce. Yeah, I'm going to switch my time to 11 from now on Wednesdays. And that'll give me more time in the afternoon to... No, Howard. He is determined to be naughty. Stop it. You cannot be up here. I'm going to put you out on the porch. That's what I'll do. And you can have all the sunshine you want. You earn time out. Go on. We'll put an end to that right there. I forgot what I was talking about. I'm coming on at 11. Yeah. And this is just watercolor paint. I'm just trying to, and now he's banging on the door. He's just going to have to bang. He thinks he's trapped when he's out on the porch because he can't leave the porch. It's all enclosed. There's too many stray cats and people run over the cats here. So mine just don't run loose. I need to catch some of the stray cats and find a rescue that can take them because it's out of control out there. I have 3 kittens and a mama cat that need a home and a couple other cats that could really find a home somewhere else. I can't afford to vet care all of these spare cats. It's expensive now, really expensive. Tippy is like, the last appointment was $300, and then I don't know what today is. An x-ray is $140. So, and the blood work she told me was going to be like $160. And they haven't even run the blood work yet. So who knows? Anyhow, I'm just amazed at the price of things. I just really am. All right, we've got enough paper I'm going to put some of this back. Can you guys hear that, him beating on the door? I really want to cut this bird out, but I don't want to make you guys sit. Oh, we've got to have our numbers. So we left off with, this should be number 5. So we need number 6 and 7 pulled out. Hi, Carol. So there's number 6 and number 7. And then it jumps to number 11. So I'll have to come up with another way to number the future pages. So this will be, today is the 7th. So really this is 7 days. So this would be our first week, really, of the year. So the first 7 days. So everything that's in this first envelope, I'm going to shift over to the second envelope. So starting with whatever next 2 pages we'll do, the 8 and 9, they'll be in the second envelope. And there's Josie and Lala. And let's see. Six and 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That could be a quote. We could just slap down 3 of those. Well, I have these bugs that I could put like number 8 on. I don't know, do I like that side or that side for the bug? But I could use these to number the pages. Like there's a little hand, and there's that little bug, and maybe do something with this. So I'm going to slide those in with the page numbering things. I like that kind of idea. And that continues the bug theme. And Lori Paint Girly sent me the bugs. Been trying to find a way to use those bugs up. Now I do like these little pieces here. And maybe put those on. I have a couple of the flowers. Actually, put that there. Put that there. Can you guys hear him? He's having a conniption. I don't know. I'm going to put those back in my envelope. Focus on the good. Lucky is a state of mind. I could use a piece of this as an anchoring piece. Cut this in half. And that could anchor that to the side. What else do I have? This one says enjoy. What else do I have? Ooh, I like the light the way. All right. I'm going to lift some of this stuff up. I didn't use any washi because I'm going to use those little strips of paper. But let's ink up our words. Did you tell us how's your cat doing? I got to take him at 1:30. And they're going to do another x-ray, I think. She's going to probably try to listen. I mean, she couldn't even hear his lung function or his heart rate with her stethoscope at all because his chest cavity was so full of fluid. And he's breathing so much better. He's been lovey again. He hasn't been lovey in a while. Almost to the point of being obnoxious, you guys. Absolutely obnoxious with wanting affection. And of course, Howard's jealous. And that's one reason he's having a fit right now. Because I'm not loving on him. And his sister has the best sunny spot. So, of course, there has to be a competition. Because they are siblings. For anybody that's new and doesn't know, our 3 cats were all from the same litter. There was 4 kittens in the litter originally, and then one day one of the kittens quit coming with its mama when we lived at the little cottage in Greenville. And yeah. And the mother cat said, "Here, you get a brand new cat starting kit. Thank you for arriving at the cottage and allowing me to have my kids under your porch. Here, you may keep them. This is my gift to you." Yeah, and there still could be, Tippy could very well have a heart condition. And what we're going to do is I'm just going to tell him we're going to do the best we can to manage it. I cannot afford to take him to a cat cardiologist. I just can't. So, can you hear Howard? He's losing his mind. Anyway. I don't have my little AARP book over here to glue on. And then I've got to change the date on the date thingamabob, and that always gets ink all over my hands. I don't know if there's a better way to do it. I always end up getting ink on me. I'm going to put this right here. And it looks like I'm going to be fortunate enough to be close enough to wish the monks well on their march to Washington to promote peace. I hope there's no more nonsense with people being ugly. I mean, we should all want peace, no matter what we believe in or who we support. Life's too short to be hateful. Yep, it's sibling rivalry. Exactly. I did my dishcloth for today, and I posted a picture on Instagram, which also floats over to Facebook. And Janice JL, she posted her mini moo on Instagram and Facebook. Those little mini things are fun to do because you just do them on a little piece of paper every day. I've actually done, I'll show you them before I sign off today because I still have time. We're going to chunk everything that's in this envelope into the next one. Got too much glue, but I've got a wet one here. We'll just wipe it off. And we got to put the date on. So these two went together. I'm getting quicker at it, and I like that I added a few more things to the envelope. Getting a lot of glue stringy bits coming off here. And we're going to put these together at the end of the month using the slip knot binding method. Because when you do that, everything lays nice and flat. All right, let's move this and put the top on our glue. And it should still have the 5th on it, so that means I need to move it 2 days. 6. Let's see. All right. Oh, I've got that over the hole. Let's see if I can do this. Here we go. All right. Well, there's our pages there. And this will probably get broke off that's sticking out. So I need envelope number 2, which is this one. And there's a dragonfly running loose. I'm going to go ahead and stick him in this envelope. And everything that I have in 1, I'm going to shove over here into 2. Here's the stuff that's in 2. It doesn't look like much, but if I take everything I have left in here and move it to my second envelope, whoops, there was something left in there. I'll put these washies in there as well, and my bugs. And this will be the envelope we work with the next time we get together. Might slide these glue sticks in there. I'm not sliding the date thing in there because it'll make a mess. But let me grab a couple of my little tiny journals that could be considered mini moo journals. Hang on, it'll only take me a second. I have a little basket that has mini journals in it. And we'll do a couple little journal flips and then I'll sign off. I do have one that I'm going to slide these over here. They need to dry. This one is this is the slip knot binding. And the reason I like it is the whole thing lays flat as you're looking through. And this one I bound with embroidery floss. You know, full 6 strands of embroidery floss, which was really fun. But this was this artist trading card a day for 2019 in June. So in June of that year, I did an ATC every day. And that's what this book is. Let's see. Oh, Joyce, I'm sorry about your little chihuahua. Yeah, they're crazy expensive. And we have 5 cats that are ours, fully on ours, that live here in the house with us. And you're right. We had a cat that we got as a kitten as we got back from our honeymoon. And he was our baby for 17 years. And he got skin cancer on his nose. And when they biopsied it, it kind of took off and went all in his head. And it was awful. Cancer sucks, whether it's in people or animals. I hate it. But anyway, you've got a friend in me with cats, of course. And I wrote down, it was a artist trading card a day. And I did this along with Peg Robinson in Art Joy of Sharing Facebook group. And I just had a lot of fun and just grabbing painty papers and then adding some images and a quote. So we'll just look through these. The earth laughs in flowers. Those are flowers made with punched out flowers. I could hold it up a little bit more, but you can see it lays pretty flat. Life is a series of thousands of tiny miracles. Notice them. I always tell Scott, it's not anything big or spectacular that makes life wonderful. It's all those little tiny things you pass every day that can make you smile and lift your spirits. So everybody that focuses on gathering a ton of money or big luxury houses or any of that. They are missing out on so many beautiful, special moments. If I came into a lot of money, I would not have it long because I would help as many people as I could as fast as I could. Protect your peace, get rid of toxicity, cleanse your space, and cultivate love. And I drew this little hippie girl, and I just love how she turned out. She does not want to focus on her. There she is. She's got big lips. But I forgot how much fun this was. I wonder if Peg's doing this. Hey, Peg, if you're out there, are you doing this again? Just like the moon, I go through phases, themindjournal.com. They have some really nice quotes on themindjournal.com. Exhale the bullshit. These were die cut flowers that I put together. Just a simple, just make up some flowers that you have die cuts for and layer them up, add a rhinestone, and then punch out some leaves, and bam, you have a page. The girl that did these stamps, she lived in Ukraine, and I don't know if she's still on YouTube or whatever, but I had won one of her stamps, and she was doing them as a physical stamp and a digital stamp. That just says sparkle and shine. I wonder if I wrote info on it. Of course I didn't. I can't remember her name, but she's a cute little fairy. This is just some magazine cutouts, and I just love the strength of that woman. And I had strong on there. I thought she looked strong and powerful running. Impress me, human. That was cute. That didn't even have a quote. It just has the little paper and then some, what are those, like chipboard type cardboardy embellishments. Shades of Summer. That was done with magazine images only, I think. And then I outlined everything with a white pen. Color with Respect. It's got just a makeup palette in the background with the model wearing those colors, and then I added some flowers. The Truth is Clear. Love is in the details. The horses are a magazine image, and the background was just a painted background. Imagination. Another kind of painty background with a magazine cactus and a googly eye. This one here is a magazine image that I did a packing tape transfer, and I thought it turned out really cool. And I've mounted it after I got all the paper off the back. I mounted it on, I believe, a piece of white paper and then matted it on black piece. And that's how I got it to look so deep. I just loved that page. I forgot how much fun this book was. You Be You, and I just did that background up. That's just a painty paper with some additional marks, and I sketched that my little odd girls with their colored hair. I love to do those. This was another packing tape transfer, and this one I got the paper off the back of the transfer, and then I tried to just set it on here. What happens when you put it on a background where you can see the background behind it, the image really gets lost. Reality whistles a different tune underwater. And this, I think, was a whale, a sea lion or something, or fish. It's hard to tell because I didn't put the white paper behind it. It still looks cool. Let's see. Yeah. That one just says sew, and these are wooden letters, little chipboard wooden letter type things, and metal scissors. Oh, and the background is that gift wrap that's got all the old ads on it. And that one had a sewing machine cabinet right there, a sewing machine. So that's why that says sew. Rock it even when your world goes upside down. So that's just a face out of a magazine, and then I gave her a headdress. But if you look at her the right way, then you can read her quote, and she is upside down. She looks pretty cool right side up too. If you seek peace, be still. If you seek wisdom, be silent. If you seek love, be yourself. Becca Lee. And this was a combination of, looks like painty papers, and then a coloring page of an elephant that I cut out. So when you do your coloring pages, don't forget to cut out shapes from your coloring pages and utilize them in smaller projects, because that's a win-win to me. You've had the enjoyment of coloring something in, and then you're cutting it out and oh, bye Lala. Cutting it out and using it in your own art. One by one, they enter your life, fill your heart, and take over your life. And I have the little die cuts that cut these little black cats out. Of course, I can cut them out of anything because they're dies. But I like to do them in the silhouette type form. Don't be in such a rush to figure everything out. Embrace the unknown and let your life surprise you. And again, more of my die cut dimensional flowers that I like to do. Haven't made any in a while. I need to do that. Love is the vital core of the soul. And these were just punched flowers layered up with gems on painty paper. Be happy. Do the best you can. Be good and kind. And there's a key here. And this is just a cheap dollar store flower I took apart and put back together as a flat dimensional flower. And this background has all kinds of texture on it with texture paste. And I think all of my backgrounds were painty papers. Dance with the waves, move with the sea. Let the rhythm of the water set your soul free. That was a cool looking image. It's funny, you look back at this stuff and you don't really fully remember doing all of it. If you get tired, learn to rest, not quit. Remember, butterflies stop and rest. And this is texture paste brick wall on piece of painty paper. Lots of gold. The gold phase. You must go on adventures to find out where you truly belong. Sue Fitzmaurice. And I love the llamas. I think those were a napkin, if I remember right. And this was paper, I think this background was actually sent to me by Peg. You carry so much love in your heart. Give some to yourself. So you might want to check out Art Joy of Sharing on Facebook and see if Peg and them are going to do the ATC Artist Trading Card a Day for a month. I think they usually do it in June, and you could create a book like this yourself. I've made books out of these. These are Mindology Good Thinking Vocabulary flashcards, and you get these in the back to school section at Walmart. And they're just little ones, and you can put your vocabulary words on them. So you put the word on one side and the definition on the other, and you could study. This would be like a study guide. But the binding is called a slip knot binding, and you can find it. There's a printable sheet. If you go on Pinterest and type in slip knot binding, there's a sheet that'll pop up in all of the selection, and you can just print it off, and it shows you how to do it. And I've done it before on my channel recently. That's how we bound our autumn journal. But this is the little vocabulary study pieces of paper. And I did the same thing and just did, this one was done in June of 2020. And I was calling this Little Moments in Art. And that was number 14. Let's go to the front up here. And so each day in June, I was doing little moments in art, and then I was numbering them. So this was number 1. But even this is more the size of a mini moo. I think JL does hers, and I think they're a little longer. So hers are shaped more almost like bookmarks, but a little shorter. So they're somewhere between this size and a bookmark length. These here measure about 2 by 3 1/4. So these are just little pieces of paper, and I work directly on the little papers that came with this. But you could cut your own paper or use your offcuts from other projects and just create them the same size, and then punch a hole at the top in the center and add a book ring, and you could make one of these. You wouldn't have to buy it that way. The only reason I bought these is it was after school had started and everything had gotten marked down to like 80%. So anyway, keep the ones that heard you when you never said a word. Let your dreams blossom. I'm just going to flip through this one quick. It's tea time. So you don't have to spend hours and hours. You can just do these little teeny pieces of art each day. Always be your own kind of beautiful. So you select a quote for the day and then just do up a quick little card and slap your quote on it. It's easy, easy peasy. Friendship starts in loving hearts. Be a seeker of everyday magic. Let today be the start of something new. Set peace in your mind as your highest goal and organize your life around it. Brian Tracy. Be the flawed, quirky, unique, beautiful, and magical person that you are. And that's just a background with me going around the shapes with a gold pen. If you seek peace, be still. If you seek wisdom, be silent. If you seek love, be yourself. I like that quote because that's the second time it's shown up. New beginnings are often disguised as painful endings, Lao Tzu. Find joy in little things. And see, I don't worry if the bits go off the page either. We repeat what we don't repair. Inner peace comes from within. Flow with your creative spirit. And that one I used something to make it shiny. I think that may be an image transfer on packing tape in the background. Kind of looks like it. And then I just had painted the background and then put that transfer on there and added a mermaid. And I have this mermaid as a die. Radiate joy from the inside out. And that's just some punched out circles, and I made them look like they were hanging like bubbles. Life is too short to choose anything that doesn't light a fire inside you. And that's true. If you can dream it, you can do it. Some more of my goofy little sketchy girls. Authenticity, the courage to be yourself. And I just drew those 2 girls on there. And I only colored the girl in the foreground. The girl in the background, she hadn't figured out that being authentic is important. She looks so confused. Anyway, Create the things you wish existed. And like I said, just do up a background and pop your quote, your sentiment, your inspiration down, and you're done. A sweet friendship refreshes the soul. This background was a envelope from Mary Altair, because that's one of her stamps, I think. If not now, when? Let your dreams be your wings. I'm sorry. Did I roll my eyes out loud and I just added googly eyes to a background? Okay, let's do this. Groups of 3. Don't be pushed around by the fears in your mind. Be led by the dreams in your heart. And these are just some offcuts from another project that were laying on my table. And I grabbed a painty paper and those little teeny bits, and I just glued them down in a row, slapped my quote on some yellow paper, and then stuck it down. That was the easiest page ever, made from just little bits. I didn't purposely cut these to put them down there. Those were just trash on my table. I have not reinforced these holes because it is that lightweight paper, but it's been, it has painty paper covers the entire surface, and then I punch the hole back out. So it's like the whole thing has been reinforced. Does that make sense? So that's 2 ways you can do it: artist trading size or the little tiny papers. If you end up with a bunch of offcuts making cards, save those aside to make a little book with. This one was done as a challenge, I think, from Nettie. And I haven't even filled this one all up. She had sent 2 playing cards, and I had just cut some paper to fill it, and I haven't even finished this one. And this was, I think, about the challenge here. And she sent me this as a challenge in 2021. You'd think I would have had the pages filled, but it looks like I only have done 3 pages in here. You are allowed to do things differently. Expect nothing, appreciate everything. Only look back to see how far you have come. And that's all I've done. And this was just me putting some I think it's mixed media paper. And it looks kind of like I just used sewing thread, really, like button thread, to put this one together. So that one needs to be filled. I just want to quickly show you these. This was a little book. I think I did this with Tanya and McGuire and Lisa Conway, Lisa My Eclectic Life. I think this was their crunchy book that we all did together. And this is where I learned the slip knot binding from Tanya. And I decided to add some charms where I tied it off. But this was a fun project with them. They were getting together and doing something every few days or so. So they made this, they called it a crunchy book. We did a page with a window. See how it's clear so you can see. And I just put a image of a pond, and then here there's a turtle, I think. Yeah, there's a turtle, like, I want to go there. And then I tried to match it on the other side with another turtle on the other side. Into the wild. Breathe. Caught in a web. A wonderful way to experience the wilderness. And this we did with quotes and images from a magazine. And we did crunchy backgrounds. And this one says inspire imagination. And this little pig must be thinking about the hedgehog that's through the window. See, there's a window there. I love doing these windows because you can peek and see what's on the next page. Pretend and live ridiculously. That's the hedgehog. And then smile. So many different ways to do these little books. This was also with Lisa and Tanya. This is one of those little never-ending books where you can look through this side, and I'm not even sure which way is the front. I think this was the front. But see, I've made a little book, and I've never put anything in here. And then you flip this over, and there's a little book here. Then you flip the whole thing over, and there's a little book in the middle. And I should try to fill these because then it would, it would set better. But that was another project with Lisa and Tanya. Here's another little book like those that I have not filled in all the way. This I had started in 2024. And on these two, I was just doing some of the Zen doodling type stuff. And these are not as strong as some of these because I did not add a paper to them. I drew straight on that paper. So these I might want to put a whole reinforcer on the back. So that's another one like that. I'm not going to flip through all of it. All right. And this one is another one of this little guy that I did as a big guy. And again, oh, this was the little doll I made up, little paper doll. And this one has a pocket in each section. And see, I never did anything with that. And there's another little one of my dolls. Then you flip this open. There's a doll hiding there. And there's a little doll there. And then you flip the whole book over and open here. And there's another bunch of pages. But I've never put anything in this once I made it. And this is just folded bits of scrapbook paper. That's some of the paper we did with Barb Owen with the laundry starch or the artist art paste that you mix up. I didn't buy the art paste. I just used the laundry starch and mixed up some real thick stuff and used that mixed with paint. But these little books are fun to make. I don't really remember what these are called. I don't remember the name of them. Tanya and Lisa could tell me, but they're not here. I saw that Tanya is back from traveling. So those are fun to make, but I've never filled them. And here's some that I've started adding the paper to go in this one. So you see they do thicken up and firm up once you apply something to the face of them. And let's see what else is in my minis. Let's see. Oh, this was Relative Strangers that I did with Barb Owen, where you plop down watercolor and you turn them into people, your blobs of watercolor. Barb Owen has done this several times on her channel. If you want to learn to do it, you have to go check that out with Barb. But once I got these done, I mounted them on black and then I laminated them because they are watercolor and I didn't want them to get damaged. And I sat with my mom and my Aunt Marty before Aunt Marty passed away, and they named them all. So they said, this is Susie, this is Hank, and this is Matilda and Jackie. I trimmed that one a little too close, so it's coming delaminated. Gracie, Nelson, Biff, Aunt Anna, Jughead, Rajik, Tommy Temper, and Maddie. Maddie is my niece. Marvin. And then I just made a little cover and covered it with leatherette out of Scott's stash of stuff and made it look like that. Here's some more little pages I've done to add to that one. So that some of these need to just be filled up. And then this was a artist trading coin book that we did with, I think, Tanya McGuire. And it was to store your artist trading coins. And it is tied on both sides. And then when you trade coins, then you can put them in here. and save them. So these were all trading coins that I got in a swap that we did with Tanya and Lisa, if I remember right. And it was a fun way to do it. And then you just fold it back and forth. Uh-oh, I didn't fold that right. I'll fix it. And then you tie up both sides. So that's a visit through my little journals, all because JL's doing the mini moos, and I store them in here. All right, so we did our pages. We did a tour through a past projects, and I hope that that's been fun. And here's my pages again. So this one will go like this. All right, so thank you guys for being here, and I'll see you next Monday morning. I'm going to keep my Monday mornings at 6:30 because Monday is so jam-packed with people during the day. I don't want to step on anybody's toes, but I am going to switch to 11 o'clock on Wednesdays because Anne has switched to going later with and sharing a time slot with Devin or Yolande. So anyway, I'll see y'all later. I'll let you know what I find out at the vet. Bye.